Hey YouTube, it's Icy. Welcome to a special edition of Best Tech Info and Rumors, and in this video we're going to be discussing jailbreaking. Not so much the current status of the next jailbreak, but rather whether you should update your jailbroken iPhone to iOS 8.3, as well as what life's like after the jailbreak. Alright, so to start off, we're going to discuss whether you should update your iPhone if it's jailbroken or not, and why, whether it's for the Apple Watch or for something else entirely. So there are a few questions that you need to ask yourself. First, are you already jailbroken? If the answer to that question is no, and you're on an unjailbreakable firmware, being iOS 8.1.3 or iOS 8.2, then by all means, feel free to make the jump to iOS 8.3, because in addition to offering a new emoji selection method and some additional emoji options, it also corrects some minor bugs and complications and just kind of improves the overall experience of iOS 8. Now before you say, hey wait a second, doesn't iOS 8.3 close some security vulnerabilities that could lead to the creation of a new jailbreak? The answer to that question is no. Instead, iOS 8.3 simply patches some vulnerabilities that were left over from the original Taiji jailbreak utility that Apple simply didn't feel the need to close in iOS 8.1.3. Oftentimes when Apple patches jailbreaks, instead of closing all of the vulnerabilities in one fell swoop, they'll wait until subsequent iOS releases before patching more of them, and that's what we saw with iOS 8.3. Nothing new was disclosed to Apple, nothing new was patched. They were just from the original Taiji jailbreak, so you can update knowing full well that you will be covered on 8.3 or even 8.1.3 or 8.2. Once a new jailbreak is released, it will be issued for all of the latest iOS 8 firmwares, including the current public one, which at the time of recording this video is again iOS 8.3. So knowing that, if you want to make the jump to 8.3, whether it's because you're already on an unjailbreakable firmware or something else entirely, then just be sure to watch my recent coverage on the topic, because believe it or not, there's actually a wrong way and a right way to update. So once you follow the steps outlined in that video, you will successfully ensure your future ability to jailbreak on iOS 8.3. Again, remember, if you do ultimately decide to update, definitely watch through that video. And now we need to discuss something a little bit more difficult, updating a jailbroken iPhone, something that's like an iPhone 6 Plus on iOS 8.1.2 to iOS 8.3, which is actually what I had to do with my personal iPhone about 2 weeks ago when the Apple Watch was released for, again, Apple Watch support. So what it boils down to essentially is whether you're getting an Apple Watch. If the answer to that question is no, then definitely do not update, stay where you're at, stay jailbroken, because that's the absolute best solution. The new revised emoji selection method and skin tone modifier version simply aren't worth the update. The same thing can be said for the minor improvements and bug corrections in 8.3. Now, if you are actually getting an Apple Watch, there are a few things you need to take into consideration. Do you have a backup device that you can use to kind of supplement your iPhone when you're at home and or on a Wi-Fi network that's already jailbroken? If you do, and you have something like an iPad that's jailbroken, for example, I have an iPad Air 2 on iOS 8.1.2, then I would definitely recommend updating to 8.3 if you're getting the Apple Watch. However, if you don't have something like an iPad to serve as a backup device that will act as a buffer when you're at home, then don't update unless you absolutely love the Apple Watch. If you're unsure and you're on the fence and you don't know whether the device will justify the loss of your jailbreak, then my best advice to you is to actually go to an Apple store, get a feel for some of the demo units they have around the store, and make an appointment to try on one of the devices and to familiarize yourself with the band options. And I actually did that when I pre-ordered the device. My experience was a little interesting, and I actually recorded it for you guys if you're interested. Personally though, if I didn't have my iPad Air 2 to supplement my at-home usage, I wouldn't update from iOS 8.1.2. I'd stay where I was at, fully jailbroken by Taiji, until a new utility was inevitably released to support 8.2 or higher, and in turn the Apple Watch. But because I do have an iPad Air 2, let's discuss post-jailbreak life, because I've been on 8.3 for about 2 weeks now. First and foremost, I definitely miss my favorite tweaks, being Virtual Home 8, which is an absolutely amazing modification that extends the usage of the Touch ID sensor found on the iPhone 5S, 6 and 6 Plus, as well as the iPad Mini 3 and Air 2, as well as the ever popular Flux tweak to modify the screen warmth at night to allow for a better viewing experience. Which brings me to my next point. Do I miss it? If you listen to what I said up until this point, you'll say, yeah, I definitely missed it. However, I haven't really. And the reason for that is, again, because of that iPad Air 2 and because I'm able to use that when I'm at home. And when I'm on the go, I don't even really use my iPhone. I most of the time tend to default to my Apple Watch when I can, because I simply like the quick interactions it provides and being able to accomplish various tasks such as calling people as easily as saying, hey Siri, call whatever their name is. So that's my personal experience, and those are my thoughts. Updating to 8.3 really depends on your current situation, whether you have a backup device, and if you plan on purchasing the Apple Watch. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section, if you agree with me, and if you had to update to iOS 8.3 or another non-jailbroken firmware for whatever reason, let me know why. Do you miss your jailbreak? And if so, what's the thing that you miss the most? Again, let me know in the comments section. And if you guys want a chance to enter to win a brand new Apple Watch of your own, just be sure to visit freeappsfast.com inside of Mobile Safari and sign up. Once you have, come back here, rate this video up, and leave a relevant comment down below in the comment section containing your referral code, which is actually the piece that appears after the equals symbol in the 4th tab down below at the bottom. Again, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to be updated even more often, such as when I release new videos similar to this one, as well as things like the Apple Watch, be sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And until next time, this is ICU signing out.